Hey guys, it's Shore Leave and Hijinks ensue on episode 5, Spock Amok.
Amok.
What is that from? You keep saying
Hocus
that.
Pocus.
That's from Hocus Pocus,
Oh,
man.
okay.
It's like
I was like, well, this episode is it basically has the crew going to a star base, kind of get a little shore leave after their battle with the Gorn. And again, pleasantly surprised. We are now at midway point in the season. There are 10 episodes. Here we are at episode 5, and yet another good episode. This time from a different angle, from a comedic angle, from a character development angle. Several subplots here with the various crew members doing their own thing. And so we have the return of Spock's fiance. Now, this is it starts with a great opening, a very famous opening, that classic song, dun, 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 dun. They do that rendition where Spock is having essentially a nightmare. Instead of fighting Kirk, he's fighting himself, a human version of himself. And that's clever because of the internal conflict with Spock. The human side of him versus the Vulcan side is being blown up and magnified by his relationship with his fiance, who is joining him on the starbase. And they're trying to pick up where they left off while on shore leave. But it's a little bit interrupted by a brand new race who is talking with the Federation, potentially becoming allies. Who are these? This race here?
You remember what they're called?
Rungorians.
Goddamn Mongolians.
They are the
Rungorians.
Rungorians, the Mongolians, and we're not kidding. They just put Ron in front.
Rungorians.
Rungorians. Rungorian space is right in between the Romulan Star Empire and the Klingon Empire, and the Federation really want to get them on their side, but so far their diplomatic talks have been failing. And I thought it was a cameo from the actor that
Armin
plays
Shimmerman.
Yeah, Armin from Quark, but it wasn't. At least I don't think so. I looked up, couldn't really find it. I don't think it was him. But it was a great actor and an interesting race. And I thought it was a great episode. We also have a subplot with with Chapel. That's what I mean. The doctor, which I think works a little less well. Whereas, and the final subplot is Una, number 1, and the security officer, La'an, are kind of like the no fun league, as everybody's going fly fishing and doing various things, and they don't really want to hang out with them. They just want to be on the ship and do rules things. But they try to empathize with the crew by finding and playing Enterprise Bingo. So, what did you guys think of the episode? Because I really enjoyed it.
I like this episode too as well. I like this one. It's like nice and leisure. It's lighthearted with a sense of humor. You don't always need a lot of action. This one still made me like Spock's character more.
Oh yeah. So I forgot to mention that there's a big plot line in here that's the massive hijinks. It's Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
We
So
do
I
a Freaky Friday with Spock
I like
and
that little
T'Pring.
tropey thing. But I also enjoy seeing how everyone else's relationship. This episode's basically relationships with everyone and the uptight people trying to loosen up.
Yeah.
Which was fun. It was an enjoyable watch.
It's good. Looking at the characters from different angles. What'd you think, Alex?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It reminds me a lot of the original series. It's definitely an homage. There's some parts of it that are really great. I think, again, they have one too many. Just get rid of one little side thing.
Chapel.
I mean, if we can, because some of the stuff here really works, and they're constantly asking, who doesn't love hijinks? And she's like, me, I don't love hijinks. But even then, this was done pretty well. I mean, sometimes when the tone is right and things are working, and I think the tone was right, and I think things were working here. But I think that this is a really, really hard thing for people to nail and make feel really good. And I don't think they nailed it and made it feel really good, but it felt pretty good. And so I was still having a good time.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. And look, honestly, this is something I'm wearing this shit's been fucking up like crazy, and this doesn't feel good at all.
Yeah.
And I've been shitting on Star Trek for years because it deserved it. This is good.
This is good.
And I just want to, again, reiterate, even when it's just like I'm still having fun with the fucking... They did Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Alex Kurtzman. his stupid fucking ass did a Freaky Friday episode,
But it
and I
worked.
liked it.
What?
That's crazy to me. It's crazy. So it's like this. I'm still having a good time with this. It's not the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Let's get back into
I
this.
think the ending kind of falls apart a little bit. Doesn't have
Yeah.
the same momentum that the first half has, and they kind of wrap things up real quick.
But the last episode was a major, serious, heavy episode.
Yeah.
We go to a palate cleanser. If we get right back in the sci-fi, I'm still on board and I have a good
man.
time.
We
Give it a little break.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. Space Amok or Spock Amok. I really
Stuck in my head now. God damn it.
This is one that I might even like show my girlfriend or somebody who coming from a different angle. Like it's not. Every single episode doesn't have to be about a
Exactly.
galactic battle or
The
a
warp
fucking
core's
this.
about to
Or
explode.
something
It's
like that, right?
No, man. You're
Like, you
in your
just have
girlfriend's body
fun.
now. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
It's like, what?
How does that make
So,
sense? It doesn't.
This
Just
could be
shut
an
up.
entryway for anybody that's been watching the season and you want to show them something that they're more used to watching. And it's just Star Trek can do this within the
See,
sci-fi
it got
universe,
some
and
humor.
it still works. It works well. So, yeah, all right. Well, I would go ahead and do with final verdicts.
Ocho.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 7-8. It was enjoyable to watch, but like Alex said, there's still like a lot. Like just keep it nice and tight. You don't have to inject all these other stories.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 7. I think this is a good, solid episode. Again, people who always type 5 for us is average. 6 is above average. 7 is super solid, good content. I think
Yeah.
this is super
To
solid, good
watch.
content.
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself highly. I give it an 8 out of 10. And I hope the season is continuing this way. I highly recommend you go out and see it. And if you're already watching it, do to us. Thank you. It's been great. All right, so I'm going to jump into a little bit of the specifics. So we've got the shore leave. We've got hijinks. Well, the fiance arrives. She notices this quarters kind of suck. And he's like, well, I'm in the middle of reorganizing. She's like, okay, criticism withdrawn until you'll finish reorganizing. And I was thinking to myself, man, I got to give me a Vulcan girlfriend because, like, there's a lot of logic involved. But then the episode is like, no, because it don't matter if you are Vulcan or human. You're going to be dealing with the same stuff. Because she's like, all right, spend time with me. And Spock's like, okay, I will. I will see you tonight for dinner. And Spock don't come for dinner. Immediately, the diplomatic talks take too long. He comes home, and she's pissed off. So, anyways, and then he gets a bit of advice. But first, then we do the Rungorians, which they play a little clip, and he's like, "Your brain is ridiculous, and everything coming out of your mouth is insulting to our people." And I thought it was Quark, but it wasn't. And I like it. That race kind of takes on the mannerisms of everybody else that they're in negotiation with, which I thought was cool. Because when Pike comes in, they're all like, "All right, man, what's up,
bro?"
Yeah, like fucking really nice. And then the logic, and then when Spock comes in, or it's actually to Pring after the body swap, they take on a Vulcan mannerisms. But yeah, so as a few of the crews go on, they basically accuse number 1 and the security officer of being the no fun league, no fun zone stuff. So then they do their Enterprise one. One was, let's see, the list was chew gum, and then transport out and transport in and see if the gum gets its flavor back or something like that. And then there was a
Before that, I
super
also
dangerous
liked how they were
spacewalk.
doing bad cop, good cop.
Oh yeah,
was
bad
pretty
cop,
fun.
good cop, right? Because they catch 2 little ensigns
Trying
that,
to do the
goddamn, look
bingo.
like they're fucking 12 years old.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
was like,
wait,
what are they doing
are y'all
this
really
shit?
crew, or are you the son of somebody's, or the daughters of somebody's crew member? Anyways, Nurse Chapel talks to Spock, and that's the one thing that I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why they're constantly dragging this particular through line out. It seems like Chapel has rapport with Spock, and they're trying to do this girlfriend, boyfriend, will they, won't they thing. And what we know of Spock Amok and Amok time in the future, this particular relationship is doomed to fail. It's not necessarily going to last. So maybe in the seasons to come within Star Trek Strange New Worlds, we will get this weaving where fiance Chapel until...
Well, they're also setting up the bisexuality of Chapel and like in this
That's
whole
what I was
thing,
thinking
like,
at the
towards
end,
Okay,
too.
I was missing some of that.
Yeah,
I didn't
and then
really
it's just
get
like-
that.
it's
I
like-
didn't understand what was
For
going
some
on.
people,
what
it's
I
really
thought.
important, but for me, it's just like, man, I've never watched this show and really cared about the permutation or combination of mushing of genitals between the crew people. And so it's like if you want to interject it, I guess. But I'm sitting here like I don't care.
Well, you care if you suddenly have a vagina, and because that's what happens when Spock swaps bodies. When he does it's not
Freak
a
Friday.
mind meld. It was some kind of meld.
Soul
meld.
I'm gonna soul read you, but it was a soul swap.
And then they did the swap body Freaky Friday, Hijinks ensue, and they even say Hijinks in the episode. So I liked it. It was funny, and the captain comes in. I'm like, are they gonna do it? Not tell the captain and then go on? But no, they're logical. So it's like, okay, we need to tell the captain. And it's like we've swapped bodies. Why can't you tell? Like, my mannerisms are different, and then they're not really different too.
Spock was standing like this. Okay, so it's clearly not Spock.
Standing like this. Anyways, it was funny. I just like these little slice of life bits and stories.
Yeah.
If we have a fucking, I can't go to the bowling tournament and have dinner with my wife at the same time, like Flintstones thing, I'm going to be pissed, though.
Yeah. So eventually, while they're in negotiations with this alien race, the captain sort of defends Spock to Pring as Spock in front of the guys. He has an assumption off of their behavior that basically they only respect you if you take their side or look at things from their point of view, regardless of where you come from and your own motivations. You have to look at it from their point of view. And when he does that a little bit with somebody else, Spock, they like it, they respect it. Well, we'll be back. And then he does it with them, and then they don't necessarily say we're joining, we say we respect you, but then when they're leaving, their ship goes ahead and flies the Enterprise flag, so they will join, or flies the Federation flag, so they will end up joining the Federation as this ship flies off. Beautiful ship, beautiful visuals. I like how they play this. This is the kind of stuff we didn't get in the original series or TNG because the technology and the funds were not there.
Shut up.
Or Picard. No, it's true. I mean,
I know it's true, but shut up.
budget's
How
there.
dare
I
you bring
forgot
that
about
fucking
They
that.
don't
show
have
up?
the mystery of
Nope,
space
we did watch it.
and the beauty of space. Instead, it's the inside of a fucking lounge where you've got the fucking lady singing, and you're like, shut up, please. Yeah. Anyways, but actually, one thing that I kind of skipped by, I didn't really understand, was T'Pring's side. So Spock, T'Pring has to do Spock's negotiation, but Spock has to do T'Pring's
Negotiation.
What the fuck is she doing?
They had to bring him
That's
in.
a criminal.
What was
He was a rebel, and she was there to
he had given in to emotions?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
and so
And she was trying to come back to logic.
yeah, but then he's like,
was
wait a
gonna
minute,
punch you out.
how dare you? Because you can't talk to me. You hang out with this human person, and you're marrying a half
Like,
human.
that's my
so
friend.
I don't want to. And then he got his ass.
Well, I
Talk
was just
shit about
bringing
me.
her to empathize with you. Now, man, just shut the fuck up.
And he did.
I like it. Okay, that makes more sense
Like
now.
he's talking shit.
Yeah.
And then they swap back with sea urchin paste.
I
on their
mean, what
forehead.
can't sea urchin paste do? I fucking love sea urchins so much. It's so delicious.
It's like Alex says.
I only
too,
like it at
every end of the
fancy
episode. He's like, we fixed
sushi
it.
We fixed
restaurants.
it, and there's like, how do you explain it? It's like you
put
can't.
paste
It's
in
Alex
crystals.
Kerman doesn't have the science
What?
brain.
Crystals.
So
This
he
was so far above and beyond. What? You put poo-poo on your forehead,
That's what it
and
looked
then
like.
you put the crystals,
Yeah.
and then
He lighted it up.
Then you did, and then you did the
the magic croissant. It's a croissant. Magic croissant, and he goes.
I loved it.
And
He
then they
was
scream in pain, and then the
And
bodies
it's
go
and
back.
then it was fixed.
Yeah.
That was so stupid. It calls back to his writing skills and producing abilities with the thingamajiggy on Picard.
The insta fix it.
The insta fix it. So, whatever, just that small little thing, but you'll allow it because the whole fucking episode is great. And then they have a talk while they're back in their individual bodies. They reconcile.
Well, they get in each other's bodies
They,
again.
they kiss. They get in.
Gross.
Yes. Gross.
Ew.
Where do you think baby
Cooties.
Vulcans come from? All right.
They reconcile, but I suppose it won't last in future seasons because we know eventually in the.
Do you think she dies or they split up?
What are you talking about? You don't remember Amok Time?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I
so
don't.
she ends up being with another man.
Yeah.
The fight because Spock has to fight Kirk to the death. Anyways,
But they're
I'm not gonna
changing
ruin
everything.
that.
They change
No, they're
everything.
not gonna. It has the small problem, like you were mentioning in previous episodes, that sometimes we know where it's going, or sometimes. The tension is not quite there, because it would be cool to not know about a muck time, so that we're like, well, what happens with these two? It would have a little bit more stakes and tension, but we know that that relationship is not going to work out. But anyways, overall, great episode, and I can't wait, and I'm looking forward to more. So thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.